In this video, I want to show how it is that I make either the 12 or the 18-inch sunflower design. It starts with making the petals. I need 18 of the larger petals for the 18-inch. I need 16 for the smaller. I cut them using my box cutter and a template. This template is made from 1/4-inch medium density fiberboard. I find a piece of the appropriate veneer. I want to make sure it's a nice straight grain. I want to make sure that I orient my template to be with the grain. I don't want to cut it this way, and that will become a little more clear in a bit. So I place it on here where I want to cut it out, and now I can quite safely use this very sharp blade to cut a piece of the veneer. This happens to be quarter sawn maple. Takes a little bit of force, and as I cut it, I can actually hear it cutting all those individual wood fibers. Typically takes 2 passes, and then I'm able to remove the piece. And I'll cut another one here very quickly just to show you kind of how it goes. I typically will make 6 or 8 of these at a time, and so I might need, 100 of these, so it gets to be a little tedious. Sometimes the fingers get a little sore by the time I'm done, particularly my thumb. Alright, so that shows you how I've made the tube. Now once I have enough of the petals cut, now I need to start putting the design together. This is the template that I use for the 12-inch, and you can kind of see the pattern here, I'm hoping. But what I will do is take the petals and line them up with the design so that it's pointing toward the center, and tape it in place. And then move on to the next one, and notice that I've got an overlap. So we just go around until I have done the entire circle. Once I have done that, it's going to look like this. So this is the 18-inch. You can see what the outer edge will eventually be. I have layered all of these pieces of veneer, and I have cut most of them. I can finish it up now by coming along, and I just a little bit of side pressure is enough to get the blade against that piece of veneer, so I can just follow it. I can't really see it particularly because it blends in. A little of that, and now I can slide that little piece out, and a little piece of tape, because I need to keep these all locked in place. I can't allow them to shift around. And let's get the next one cut. And so now we have those all in place. The next step is I need to do the centerpiece. And I had it here. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So this actually is lacewood. And you can see where the lacewood veneer itself is really kind of interesting. Some of you'll see the larger flakes, and it gets smaller and smaller as it goes out. I like to use the finer pattern for my designs. I don't always use this outer stuff. But lacewood, because the texture is so very different, and I'm hoping this picks up on the camera okay, that you can see I think of them as flakes. When I cut it with the box cutter, the wood tends to shatter because the grain structure is so funny. So I simply cover it completely with tape to kind of hold it in place. And then I can, with another template, my world is full of templates, cut out the circle. Now I can add this in place. And I use my compass. Probably remember compass from high school geometry, right? Use the compass and set it to the right distance so I know exactly where this needs to go. I put it in place, tape it so it can't go anywhere, and now I can use the box cutter and work my way around, and when that's done, I will have something that looks like this. So here's the tape on the background, and these are all of the individual pieces. This one as bird's eye maple. Once I get this far, now I need to get this outer rim put together. And I'm sure you'll be very surprised to learn that this involves more templates So I have a template for the 18-inch and a template then for the 12-inch. For the 18-inch, I make 18 of those, just a coincidence of numbers, so that you can see how they're all brought together. So when I'm done, I have something that will look like this, and then I will trim the outside edge, and that's where the design comes from.